We have seen the slowest GDP growth print in the last 7 quarters. Should one really be reading into this print with a microscope, and should we be worried?
Yeah, so good morning to your viewers. I think you used the right words that it was a shocker of a GDP growth number. To be fair, I think most of us expected a slowdown in the Q2 GDP number based on the high frequency indicators which have been coming in the months of July, August, and September. And we were kind of prepared for a slowdown. But I think 5.4 was something that none of the people in the street kind of expected. It's at least 110 basis points lower than what the consensus estimate were. And if you really look at, what has been the driver of this slowdown, it was actually slower government spending, which we all of us knew was there in the Q1, but Q2 as well, there has been a slower government spending. And actually, the one that had that worried is about the growth that was in manufacturing, especially the mining and the electricity demand, which is, kind of taken a hit. Add to that the consumption slowdown that we were seeing. So it looks like a bit of investment as well as a bit of consumption, both of it actually slowed down, leading to this kind of a number. Now, many reasons can be attributed it. Some of the obvious ones are the fact that, rainfall intensity was very high and, government really did not spend as much. But there are also maybe some other subtle reasons like the tightness in liquidity that RBI had been, indirectly gaming for 3-4 months prior to this period, and the credit growth moderation and the macroprudential norms that they have been driving at. And to some extent, maybe a long-term reason is the post-COVID spending splurge also coming down. So net-net, I think the GDP was a shocker, but we think it's kind of bottomed out. It's going to improve in the second half. But even after the improvement, we do pencil in FY25 GDP of around 6.5%, second half GDP of around 6.5%, and FY25 GDP growth of 6.3%. So these are good numbers, but these are much less than what we were, expecting, even what RBI was expecting at the beginning of the year, upwards of 7%. So yes, there is a revision lower to the extent of 50 to 70 basis points for the year.